Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. My name is Manuel from YouTube Best, welcoming you back to a bright news day. You are busy riding Rolls Royce while your subjects are living in penury, Gumi tells Sanusi. An Islamic scholar called Sheikh Gumi have warned Nigeria of their disintegration and the need for restructuring. And in other news, APC crisis deepens as Buhari ministers, party governors names Oshomole's replacement. We'll be bringing you this news and all that in a few seconds to come. Please do us a favor to click on the subscribe button if you have not done so. And also remember to ring on the notification bell so it will be easier for us to send you new news updates as far as we make one. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the news. And the news headline: Sheikh Gumi blast ex-Emir Mohammedu Sanusi for riding Rolls Royce. Popular Islamic cleric Abubakar Mahmoud Gumi has reacted to the dethronement of the former Saki Kano Mohammedu Sanusi II by calling for the traditional institution to be abolished because it is dragging us back. Gumi, who is the leader of the Nigerian Muslim Surah Assembly (NAIMSA), made this known while speaking with The Sun on issues bordering on Nigerian politics, insecurity, and restructuring. The Islamic scholar stressed that monarch institution is archaic and long overdue because the United States, which Nigeria modeled its democracy after, abolished the system centuries ago. Gumi said removal of Sanusi have nothing to do with the politics but a power struggle in the north, which has seen the region elite polarized along political borders, citing the removal of former Sultan of Sokoto by former military ruler Sani Abacha as a case study. The outspoken Islamic cleric, however, berated the former emir for being hypocritical. He said Sanusi, a former CBN governor, was not just vocal, he is vocal in telling half the truth because he will say something and do something different. They should just abolish the system. It is archaic and long overdue. Look at the way Governor Nyesom Wike addressed the traditional rulers in his state. They are all trash. Traditional rulership is now an appendix in the body that needs to be removed. On Emir Sanusi, what I can add to him is that you couldn't have been happy also riding a Rolls Royce where your citizens is living in abject poverty. Emir Sanusi should not have been displaying opulence in his midst of poor subjects and be making the noise he made. You could ride a Rolls Royce, but you couldn't pay the medical bill of your subjects. They can't eat. Some of them 1 meal a day, and they were around him, Gumi said. Gumi, who said restructuring has started with the activity of bandits in the north, said there is need for a national conference where all aggrieved parties will be invited to discuss the problem of the country. In other news, Gumi talks about security, says restructuring can solve Nigerians' problem. Sheikh Abubakar Gumi says the idea of restructuring will come in a natural way because Nigeria is at a point where states should be given autonomy to control their affair. Speaking with the Daily Sun, the soldier-turned-Islamic cleric said although some northern elites are against restructuring and they are kicking against it, the need for the country to put the idea on the forefront of urgency is manifested in the incessant attack in the north. Gumi said menace of bandits, kidnappers and Boko Haram in the north suggest that youths in each region of the country are craving for a system that they can see as theirs. The leader of the Nigerian Muslim Surah Assembly also urged the government to convene the national conference where aggrieved parties will be invited to discuss the problem of the country. Gumi said, restructuring has already started. It has started with the bandits. They are holding a large chunk of landmass in the north and nobody can enter there, not even the government. They are their own authority there. So you see, Nigeria is disintegrating. If you give states some level of autonomy, like we have in America, where Texas, for instance, has different laws from own states, they also control their resources and others. If you do something like that, and the federal government concerns itself with policing so that the states don't infringe on minority rights, we will be treading the right path. When we restructure in this manner, then Nigeria will work. The government should organize a true national conference involving all important people. Saki Gumi said that a review of the constitution cannot solve the problem currently. He added that as far as politicians rig elections and rig their way to power through the influence of their parties, Nigeria will remain stagnant. The cleric dusted the insinuation that lawmakers are representing the people and dogged that the 2019 election is the worst election in Nigeria. Meanwhile, Legit.ng earlier reported that Saki Gumi suggested that monarch institutions should be abolished because of it is too in hand of politicians. The Islamic cleric said Mohammed Sanusi removed by Kano government suggested that the system is archaic and overdue. Gumi also berated the deposed Emir Sanusi for being hypocritical, adding that Sanusi rode in Rolls Royce while his subjects languish in abject poverty. In other news, APC crisis deepens as Buhari ministers, party governors names Oshomole's replacement. APC crisis hit the crescendo as some ministers in President Muhammadu Buhari cabinet meets with Governor Godwin Obaseki to finalize Oshomole's replacement. As the meeting, which held in Abuja, the ministers from the South Side region concluded that Victor Giodom should continue as APC chairman. Ministers who attended the meeting include Festus Kayomo, Osagi Ehinie, Godi Jedi Agba, and others. The news body. The plot to depose Adam Oshomole of his All Progressive Congress APC national chairmanship thickens as some ministers in President Muhammadu Buhari cabinet reportedly pick Oshomole's replacement. Oshomole has been in the storm since he was suspended by the Abuja Federal High Court from parading himself as the national chairman of the party amid growing allegations of high-handedness. Although the former Edo governor met with the President Muhammadu Buhari and got the backing of some top hierarchies of the party, Oshomole looks destined for a disgraceful outing as ploy to remove him took a wired dimension. According to Tribune, members of the President Muhammadu Buhari cabinet, precisely ministers from the South region, reportedly attended the meeting convened by the Edo governor Godwin Obaseki in his Abuja home on Thursday, March 12th. Ministers who attended the meeting include Rotimi Amechi of Transportation Ministry, Festus Keyemo of Labour Ministry, Osegi Ehinie of the Health Ministry, and the Minister of Power State, Godi Jedi Agba. Legit.ng gathered that the part of the discussion at the meeting include removing Oshomole as APC chairman, though retaining the position of the national chairmanship in the South region. Part of the memo read by the Governor Obaseki says that as a party, we commend our brother, the acting chairman of the APC, Victor Giodom, for rising for the occasion by providing leadership for the party in this trying time. That we fully support the convening of the National Executive Committee (NEC) meeting on Tuesday, March 17th, as the NEC is the only recognized organ under the Constitution for our party to resolve this crisis. That we insist that the party should respect the current zoning arrangement by the reinstalling of the chairmanship of our great party in the South Zone, even in an acting capacity. The meeting was also attended by Osaheme Osongbo, Dakuku Peter Side, former Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Osani, Odoma Ogba, Domingo Ubende, Ehige Uzamere, and others. Meanwhile, Legit.ng reported that amid present crisis rocking the ruling party, the national chairman has vowed to give a tough fight against those who have tamed enemies within. Oshomole noted that he is not the best party chairman in the world, but he has given his sweat and blood to give the ruling party the effective leadership. That is it on our news today. What do you think? Oshomole, after all his fight, didn't make it. And I believe the president is aware of this because gradually they are getting close to the point to say he is the one who gave the order. But immediately Oshomole was being overruled in the courts to desist from answering or parading himself as the party chairman. He rushed directly to Abuja, to Aso Rock, to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari. He met with him to discuss this matter, to tell him the current situation. And Buhari didn't say anything valuable or important to him. He didn't even say, oh brother, you can just step down. Let's do this the other way. He just kept quiet, and Oshomole has been disgracing himself all around, fighting for people who don't need him. So what do you think Oshomole is going to do after now? What is his plan? Because he said blatantly that he is going to fight all those who have turned enemy against him. Is he actually going to join PDP? Will PDP accept him? Or is he going to start up his own party? I think he's old enough for this system called politics. And it is a disgust if he continues. I think he should give rest some try. I'm back to Gumi talking about restructuring in the country. I think it's a good thing that this is coming from their side. He said it very clear. They are also tired. The Norths are also tired. He said it very clear that these bandits have taken large portion of the land in North, and no one can get in there, not even the government, which means there are some parts of this country that the government don't have authority over. If I'm to say Nigeria should just be splitted, everyone should go their own way. That's the only solution to the problem we have now. Yes, restructuring will go a long way, but the way Nigeria have been before the colonial masters came in, before Lord Lugard amalgamated the ethnicity, I believe that's the best way to be. Let everyone control their resources. Let everyone control their people. And let everyone control their nation. What do you think? Drop your view in the comment section below. Make sure to like and make sure to share. Once again, this is Manuel signing off from YouTube Best.